Hi, this is Ajay Anand and welcome to Social Science classes from excelup.com. In this lesson, you will be learning about the meaning of democracy. Democracy started with French Revolution, or many people say that it started with the War of Independence in America. So that is a debatable point. But particularly after the French Revolution, democracy spread to other parts of the world. Initially it spread to Europe, and then along with the colonial powers, democracy spread to different parts of the world. And in spite of all its shortcomings, the democracy is the most preferred form of government around the world in most of the countries. So in this lesson, you will be learning about the definition of democracy, features of democracy, and about pros and cons of democracy. Let us start with the definition. It says that democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by people. To understand this, let us take three examples. The first example is from Saudi Arabia, where there is monarchy. That means the king is the ruler in Saudi Arabia. So this means a person can become king only if he is born in the royal family. Otherwise, nobody can become a king. So the ruler is not elected by the people. So we can safely say that there is no democracy in Saudi Arabia. Second example is from Myanmar. Till a few months ago, there was a democratic government in Myanmar which was duly elected by the people, but there was a coup and the army captured power. So right now the army is the ruler. So there is autocracy in Myanmar. Then the third example is from India. So whatever government is in India, in whichever time since independence, it is elected by the people. So we can safely say that democracy is surviving and thriving in India. Aristotle was a legendary philosopher and thinker of Greece. He gave definition of democracy, and I think that the definition by Aristotle is very easy to understand, and you will find it easier to remember also. So as per Aristotle, when the power is in hands of many people, that is the rule is by many people, then this system is called democracy. When the power is in the hands of a few people, then it is called aristocracy. And when the power is in the hand of an individual, a single person, then this system is called autocracy. So one person, autocracy, rule of a few persons, aristocracy, and rule of many people is democracy. Features of democracy. So the first feature is that in a democratic government, people's representative, they have the power to take final decision. So there is a bureaucracy, then there will be judiciary and other machinery of government, and all of them, they take their own decisions. But in case of a conflict or in case of broad decision making processes, it is the legislature which has the ultimate power. Free and fair election is a necessary feature of democracy. So the free means that the people, they get an option amongst various political groups to choose from, and fair means that you don't have to fair means that you get an option, and free means that you are not under pressure or fear, or you are not being cajoled to vote for a particular political formation. So let us take the example of India. Elections are held every 5 years for the parliament and also for the state legislative assemblies. And in most of the cases, what we see that governments, they get changed. The incumbent government it loses the election. So this shows that democracy is really fair in India. When we take example of some other countries like China and Russia, then we can understand the true value of democracy. So in China, elections are held, same as in Russia also, but since so many years, the single party had been at the helm of power in these countries. So the government does not change. The party in power, it is not changing in these countries. So we can say that the elections in China and Russia, they are not fair. So there is no democracy in these countries. Then another feature of democracy is each citizen has one vote, and every vote has same value, same weightage. So the vote of a poor farmer carries same weightage as the vote of the President of India or the Prime Minister of India. Another feature of democracy is that the democratic government obeys the laws which are enshrined in the Constitution. In case if some decisions are taken or a new law is passed and which is found to be violating the basic tenets of Constitution, that law is turned null and void by the judiciary of India. Many people give arguments against democracy and many people give arguments for democracy, because that is the beauty of democracy. You can criticize, you can appreciate certain features of democracy. So let us see what are the arguments against democracy. One argument is that democracy involves change in leadership after election. So there is a risk of instability because the new government it can revert the decision taken by the previous government. So this happens sometime. Then democracy involves arriving at consensus before making a decision. So there are times when decision making is delayed. Important decisions, they take many years to finalize. So that is the problem. Another feature is that elected representatives, they may be far from ground realities and they may end up making wrong decisions. Then political competition is there in democracy, and along with political competition there is the power play also, because people, they are ambitious. Everybody wants to be a minister, or somebody wants to be a prime minister or chief minister. So there is some lack of morality among the political formations. Then electoral competition, it results in corruption also, because fighting an election, it involves lot of money. The candidates who are fighting elections for parliamentary constituency may end up spending crores of rupees in an election. So this gives rise to corruption. Then ordinary people, they do not understand the meaning of collective good. They may be able to understand the meaning of personal good or individual benefits, but most often they are far from what the collective good wants. So these people, they should be kept far from the decision making process in democracy. So these are the arguments against democracy. Let us see what are the arguments which are in favor of democracy. So one argument is that democratic government is accountable to people, because ultimately if a government, it makes some decisions which are not appealing to the people, the political formation which is in power, it runs the risk of losing the election. So in order to win the election, it has to take care of the people's desires. Okay, so that is why democratic government is better than other forms of government. While making a decision in a democratic government, one has to consult so many people, one has to take consensus of so many people. So what happens, because so many people are involved and so many brains are involved, so it gives a cumulative effect. So sum is the total is larger than the sum, what they say. So this improves the quality of decision making. Now democracy provides a tool to deal with conflicts and differences. So in a diverse country like India, where there are so many religious groups, there are so many caste groups, linguistic groups are different, and then different parts of India have their own distinct cultures. In such a situation, conflicts and differences, they are bound to happen. And it is because of the democratic process and the methods which are being provided by the democratic form of government that we are able to deal with those conflicts and differences. Then one argument is that democracy gives fundamental rights to people, and by doing so, democracy enhances the dignity of the people. So to sum up, I talked about the definition of democracy, that is a system of government where rulers are elected by people is called democracy. Then I talked about the features of democracy. I talked about some arguments against democracy, and I talked about some arguments for democracy. That's all for this lesson. Thank you.